You can see the nerves and the energy, the contrasting energy of both RRQ and Full Sense.
Yeah.
This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, you can feel it here in the air, guys. Welcome to the group stage and welcome to our first game in our first series. This is Pearl. And looking more at the Full Sense side, it's that mid trio staying in the same agents that they had back in the Soup League. RRQ on the other, Sixky and Splash, your double duelists with the Jet and the Phoenix. And a map like Pearl, those curveballs can be very much so useful to clear out angles like main. You can see immediately RRQ Academy on the defense, sending out the two duelists early on. Hot hands though, forcing Potter back, and well, Full Sense for now, and they does slow down their initial push.
Yeah, it's all about having to funnel these orbs onto run it back. Let's see though if Sephiroth's able to find a pick here. No, not exactly. They pull back, and I feel like that would be the plan in mind. Get that run it back, be aggressive, find a pick, win the numbers advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty quick ultimate. You need just 6 orbs to be ready to use it. Dash Prime here for Splash, RRQ Academy. Just looking for the contact. Full Sense cut that noise and put the pressure now into Art. Perhaps play into Link and go for the two-prong attack. Fake out sent also early on towards main. Big stack. Potter caught out by Woody, sure, but Killua and Laz have already done the damage. A site wide open, and here comes Full Sense.
Oh, this is a scary part. Only Potter being the casualty. It is still a deadly post plant. Let's see how they're able to work this out. A lot of damaged members already on the side of Full Sense, so RRQ can sort of get that advantage if they're able to find the right targets.
Yeah, default plant here. And a good post up immediately by Full Sense. Playing closer over into main. Nats as the RRQA is available. He's gonna flash though in response. Confirmed now, presence. And Leviathan can't hit the shot. Nat's able to get away with his life. 3v2, no HP on 2. But Sephiroth and Killua are so prepared for this one. And despite the smoke, there's no masking those intentions. Full Sense with the first point.
Yeah, I had no idea that Killua was still right there at the corner and able to catch them by surprise. Full Sense, again, that opening set of picks over at Link was just really so important for them over at Art. And RQ, again, it felt really, really close. They just couldn't identify where the rest of the players were after that. And it's Killua with the 3-0 already, with the Hero Vandal ready to roll, feeling the shots here.
Yeah, and it's so exciting, right? We get 2 Vices into play. We're gonna see so much utility from the Sentinel. The Razor Vine's also very pesky in some of these closer corners, but Sephiroth, pistol in hand, prepped here by Shop. Splash goes down, and it's really just a drop in the pond here for Full Sense so far.
They are pretty much open now, forced more members here. But that is the lone Sova, the lone Woody over here to stop this fight.
And 60's overrun. This is tough here for RRQ. They're on the pistols anyway. It's a Full Sense clean on the anti-eco so far. And crisp on the shots as they get into this A site. Cyber Gauge set on up. Similar plant from before, and so far so good. Full Sense have been relatively clean on the executes. Also, look at who they're feeding those orbs. Killua now 3 away, I believe, from that Steel Garden. Nice shot from Zar! Even finds the second. Sephiroth in response, sure gets the pick back. Classic only here for Nats. Good to see him. RRQ classic and all, but Laz shows up. Second round here for Full Sense.
And that's the scary part, having to build through Steel Garden in a round building up to a buy round of RRQ. That could completely, potentially send Full Sense into, what, a full straight, what, 4-0 if, you know, Killua continues to get 2 of these orbs. RRQ now in their buy round, but they have to face the deadly 3 rifles on the opposite end of Full Sense. So at this point, you know where the Steel Garden or the orbs is going to go in this round.
You know, I just noticed though in the last round, this is one of the 3 teams that can represent themselves in game. It's like, oh yeah, they have a classic. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen for TS and Talon too. VCT Pacific, who? I'm excited to see, of course, their partner teams in a few days' time. All the way in Korea, the usual VCT Pacific fanfare. But anyway, back to the game. RRQ. They've been angling to play into mid for quite a while. Here they go. Splash also getting deep in there, actually. Has closer control towards the enemy spawn over at top mid. Shop still held here by Full Sense, but do they know? The Jet found out Killua. Very sharp on the eyes, and a pick again. Steel Garden now at the ready.
That's exactly the plan in mind. Find the pick, get one orb, find the pick, access to your ult, and then attack B. And this will render the buy round sort of useless for RRQ.
Oh, it might be a moot point unless Woody gets the one last response in kind. Still 6-key on the site. Sets up the Blaze to try and slow things down. The Gate Crash also passing by him to try and play into those holes. But the Steel Garden is out and 6-key's already ready. Classic in hand. Daring anyone to play into the smoke. Nice shot onto Laz though. That's a spike down. And the Phoenix buying so much time here to allow RRQ to recuperate. Here comes Zar to show on up. Long flank though from Sephiroth. Killua left to his devices for the time being. And speaking of time, it's running out. Over on Museum, there's still one player up top. Sephiroth with the fight on the Zar. Killua taking advantage of the chaos. And good distraction. The Blight comes on in. 1v1. Killua sticking the spike for now. The battle of devices. But who can be the better shot? It's not! RRQ Academy. They get on the board. A costly one, sure. But they make it happen.
Plans were foiled. A Full Sense knew what they had to do. They had the Steel Garden. But man, 6-key really destroying the plan in mind that Full Sense wanted to send. And in the end, RRQ, just as you said, despite it being expensive, at least they were able to sort of devalue some of the ultimates that Full Sense wanted to use and to send it 3-0.
Yeah, that was just so brave from 6-key. He was
Yeah,
ready. He just accepted. It's like, I need to kill someone this classic. This is it. This is how it's gonna go. Well done, well done. But RRQ, I guess the problem right now is they have to stick with the Guardians on hand. I'm a bit intrigued that 6-key does have the Guardian rather than that full auto rifle that Splash has. But in any case, they push now towards ramp, try and dislodge Full Sense from Club. They even play the Stimmy to allow 6-key a better push, but Killua's already done the job on the other side of the map. Nats goes down, A's wide open, and Full Sense just disregard this push. Hold though by Laz. Shot ranks for the Outlaws. Flash with 10 HP, but doesn't expect Woody to pop up.
Practically surrounded by the sprawling members of RRQ there onto mid. But post plant is where it's important, and Killua's pushing.
Yeah. Killua. Connector. Woody though, shown up and shut up by Killua. And Killua, past few rounds has just been him with an incredible game so far. 6-key though on the board. A push comes in. But Zar also coming out from Flowers. Still Full Sense. Strong post plant positioning. Razorvine's at the ready. Star is there too. Gravity well to slow things down. Leviathan just stalling as much as he can. Haunt now comes on out. Here we go with the takedown off the Zar. Full Sense will confirm the round. And sure, they lose another gun along the way, but it's 3-1 in favor of the Thai squad.
Yeah, we talked about how deadly the post plant could be. Even if you remove Killua off of the field, there is still Sephiroth with the Astra with the gravity wells. And if not, there is still that Leviathan Fade, which is just a lot of utility at play. I think that's also something that RRQ has to watch out for. Some of these early frags feels like Full Sense is sort of just, you know, sort of peaking without utility and able to sort of punish. Therefore, they have surplus of utility after post plant. There's just a lot to bait out to make this post plant more doable for RRQ to get.
I agree with you. You see it, right? They pushed to double doors. They tried to get that mid control, but Full Sense as a whole has been doing such a good job to still have those angles. We've seen them stack up towards Club and Shops especially. And it's not too often you see an attacking sided team post up on those positions for that long, but it's been effective for Full Sense, Riku.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just been so effective. They have the right read. They're faster on the trigger. And now this is a different approach. Instead of finding a pick onto mid, instead they slowly creep up onto B. There's only one person there.
Yeah. Flash comes out again. Laz, Outlaw at the ready. One shot, one kill. You got light armor or no armor in this situation. Full Sense against the eco. Just commanding the push and executing as quickly as it can. Spikes now planted. You see again, post-plant positioning. Gate crash to go all the way towards the ramp. Sephiroth even still holding for mid. This is just ready for this one. Potter gets the one. Sure, Woody, nice shots with the Sheriff, but that's all RRQ will get as Full Sense will find their fourth.
definitely one of those things. Okay, we're able to sort of damage the economy a little bit, but economy-wise, full sense. Look at them go. One orb off of Steel Garden, and as well as a lot of these important ults at play. So RRQ, they really need to sort of bait out these ultimates and not use them themselves. Now they're opting for the operator on the side of Splash, not having the best first of rounds for Splash, but hopefully this operator can sort of stabilize RRQ.
Yeah, RRQ have been looking for these early picks in the past few rounds. Just unable to find it. Dimensional Drift though into play. Potter now pushing towards Lick and more, just marking exactly where Nats is playing. Making it tough, really, for that Sentinel to stabilize. But here by the smoke now, Prowler's perfection, and Killua's the executioner. A double already, and the Shears even set up towards Connector here. Full sense now, man advantage to play into B. But Sixky, he's been a shining light here. Killua gets found, and while Full sense set up to try and play it to B, they're looking for Nats as much as they can. Steel Garden though, still on hand here for RRQ, and that can be good for the retake.
Planted.
Exactly, just having that Steel Garden available, but them being pushed back, far back onto long, might render Steel Garden a little bit useless. They really have to spot where everybody's at.
Willing to send and stay with Potter. Tried to go for the fight early, but that gets him before it could hurt. A 3v3 now, but here comes the star yet again, and the post plan for Full Sense is so suffocating. And now the Nightfall will enshroud the site in darkness. It teams up for Splash. Laz also finding Sixky, snuffing out any kind of competition. Full Sense, annihilate and get another.
There's just so much. This post plan is just so clean. They even anticipated the Steel Garden being utilized because it was a doable round, a winnable round for RRQ. They had the guns, they had the ultimates, so they decided, okay, let's just do our usual, play long in that post plan. You're gonna be forcing Nats to basically push back, identify where everybody is, and then drop the ult. It was only Potter that was affected by the ult, but the rest are A-okay. And now RRQ, unfortunately, the operator did not work out too well. Now they're back on having to eco.
It's just so tough, right? You have to deal with Killua, you have to deal with Zebra, with Leviathan in the post plans. How do you even fight Full Sense once that spike's planted? You can see why RRQ do want to find results with the Jet and the Phoenix together, but it's just not happening. Here comes Full Sense now. Pressure again towards B, and another round here, Riku, where we see RRQ on an eco.
Rough as well. Killua again. First blood potential of this player has been skyrocketing in the first few rounds of this map.
He's supposed to be a sentinel, but with the Vice, he can be in the front if he wants to be.
Yep.
Killua's been showing up today. Sheer set up. Flash. Oh, it's gonna be tough. No escape whatsoever. Potter now with the pick, and Full Sense bit by bit just dismantling RRQ. Gotta wonder now what else can RRQ do at this point. They have a lot of ultimates for the future. Save it for the next round, perhaps. And a Sixky tries to look around shops. Here we go again. Laz maneuvers to find the off angle and get the pick. Woody trying to at least set up the darts. Has a gun in hand, sure to push. As time runs out, Full Sense decide to take the initiative. Pick comes, and it should be enough. Does Zar even bother? He's just gonna eat the damage from the spike. And this has been an overwhelming attacking side, Riku. Full Sense now onto their 6th round.
There's so much surplus. I'm seeing Potter still have both flashes in his back pocket. There's just what are the it's a statement on where they don't really need to use as much utility to get control of the site. It does feel like how they determine a win on some of these rounds is a lot of the early picks that they do to have that big numbers advantage, and therefore RRQ would so desire to just save these key ultimates on some of the big buy rounds. So Splash, one orb off of your knives, so most likely you do want to try and push up long, get that orb. I feel like he's only alone, so most likely probably not, because it is quite dangerous. It is a Full Sense stack over that area, so it is going to be quite risky if they don't identify where everybody's at.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Just Full Sense are getting away with these plants a lot easier into making these post plants a lot tougher, since they don't have to use that utility to get these picks, right? They see them. You also have the Arc Crows, very reusable. Same can be sent for the Haunts. They use the Prowlers only to clear out these smokes. Leviathan has been getting good catches with them so far. Well, I do believe we're in a bit of a tech pause here. It's just overall full sense. We were a little concerned coming into this if the full sense side and the Made in Thailand side could come together as one. But truthfully, Riku, they've been playing against each other for so long already. You have incredible leadership with Coach Leaf. And it's just been working so far in this first map. It's been looking very good for the full sense experience.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? When we look back at Split 3, for when Full Sense and Made in Thailand had to face off with each other on the playoffs, it was actually Myth that sent Full Sense down into the lower bracket. So having to see them combine forces now is just so beautiful to watch as we see the timer move downwards as we're already online into this game. It is an important buy round for RRQ. We've gotten to see, we haven't exactly seen the run it back just yet. It has been stalled constantly by Full Sense, so maybe this could be the round where they find that early pick to get that numbers advantage.
Yeah, we got it that one time towards club, and that was it. RRQ, they need to take the initiative coming into these rounds, set the pace, and exactly why you see the operator in hand for Splash. Flash comes out, Star still falls. Nats, though, trying to set things up, but he will just die. Leviathan as well. Neural Theft now into play. Full Sense now get a full raid on this position. And they're still willing to play into a 6-key. Alongside Woody, the pressure's on them. Killua, though, this time around, 6-key gets his number. But Laz has found the overrun. Onto A side comes Full Sense. Here we go. Hot hands for the stall. Blaze is there too. And the 6-key there, push it. He has 2 flashes. It's a second life if ever. The flash is good, but the shots aren't. And Leviathan with a triple already for the round, carrying the team for the statement.
Quite fortunate with this retake on the operator side for Splash. It's going to be quite the mountain to climb with a lot of utilities still at play to bait out.
Yeah, he's been struggling to get on the board, and with an operator, it might be even tougher. Good idea, though. Has an inkling of where the post plant's at, but the spy cam says hello, and Leviathan will bid him adieu. A quad for Leviathan. Monstrous effort for that round. And Full Sense refused to let RRQ get more than one round here.
Yeah, this is complete domination by Full Sense, and this is a very, understandable timeout? Question mark. Tech pause.
Tactical,
Identity crisis.
It's all the pauses it could be. But RRQ, they need a break from what's been going on right now. And you can see Coach Sky discussing with the rest of the squad how they can get out of this cycle here, Riku. We're seeing them just end up in equal rounds every other round at this point, and something needs to change here for RRQ.
Yeah, that's true. It may be because of, I don't know, maybe the first day jitters. It could be that, or having to still want to, make a round doable before I press my ultimate sort of situation. Very, very understandable. It does feel like, the early few seconds of the round is where RQ, just Full Sense is just really full sending it basically, and getting these very, very good picks from their end. So, it is rough for the first half, but it's Valorant. Second half, sometimes later on, can turn the tides of battle. But, the truth is right now, Full Sense, they've got so much surplus. They haven't been forced to use the Astro ult yet, or the Nightfall yet. The Steel Garden has been held on for so long. It has been Full Sense knowing and identifying, this round, I don't need to use it.
Yep. Here we go, though. Splash, despite the smokes even, finds the pick. It's on the board. The teleport out, no courtesy of Potter. But here we go. Laz at the ready. Tries to get the punish going, but Splash is not done. RRQ decide to get explosive here. Coming into this eco. And Splash, the rifle that's been scrounged, looks to get the backstab going versus Laz. Beautiful shot up from 6-key. He might be the answer here. Second flash now. Not good enough. Splash has found Laz. Here comes Dr. Spirit to Killua right now. They have to hustle towards the A side as Potter, he's hurting. Killua, though, gets the spike back. 2v3, first time we've seen RRQ with a man advantage in this half. But can they get the round? That's the big question. Aldro now to get more intel. They know Full Sense is coming onto the side from main. You also have that pinch possibility. Sheerdo gets triggered. So Splash has to back away. Space made here for Full Sense, and you gotta see the reasoning here. Potter tries to push. Potter gets the pick, and this opens up an alleyway to play into B.
Wow, with 20 HP at that, unscathed after that interaction. Now they're able to steal Garden just to double check if they are in the proximity. But that's an important ult gone. No flash on the side of Potter. This is going to be a battle.
Whoa, Potter, even despite being low, is still high on that side. And well played and well placed to find the pick onto Splash. Woody left alone now. In full sense, recovering so well. Woody, a chance perhaps to isolate these fights though. Flash doesn't get any info. Woody able to crawl through the tunnel and try to play into heaven here. A peek out comes. Woody, nice shots. It's 1v1. And against Killua, it's gonna be tough. Frequent Dart hits the wall.
Concentrate.
Woody here, making his way towards the spike. But Killua expects a half. There you go. The flash is perfect. And the shot is even better. An 8th round for Full Sense. Despite the struggles, they make it happen.
That was an amazing start for RRQ. They were able to regain their confidence, played fast, catches Full Sense off guard. They weren't ready for this aggressive push by Splash, and basically every single area of Pearl was sort of in control of RRQ. I think it all sort of fell apart when Potter was able to kill the player from spawn, and then the rest is history. They were able to play that big post plant. Despite no utility, they were able to play things right. Now, question is, do they play it fast again this time around? Or they're pretty much, Full Sense is pretty much ready for that fast push that they did earlier, and therefore, they'll probably try it again later on.
Well, they're stopped by the hot hands, but you saw a while ago right in the replay. Smiles from Killua. He's been having such a monstrous game here, and just goes to show why he's part of this incredible Thai team that we're seeing. 6key now has to give up a bit of space after the fake out. Smoke comes out too, but Full Sense, they don't commit onto this. They're trying to see an angle to play from mid, especially through those double doors. But Razorvine still will make it tough, especially with Nats on the opposite end. Auto strike burnt here by RRQ. They're clearing out main, but Full Sense have already left this one behind. Flash comes out. Razorvines are popped in response. Dimensional drift here from Potter. Getting through though. He might get a backstab onto Splash here as an inkling of what's going on. The Cloudburst is there right in front of him, but the operator is stuck to his torso.
Whoa!
And Splash isn't done for the round. A double with the op, and this is huge for RRQ. They've been needing picks like this all throughout, and they get their marksman shots on here. Flawless for their second round on the board. That's a good one for RRQ.
Yeah, that was crazy. RRQ was basically ready for any angle that Full Sense wanted to attack from. And the fact that Splash was just so ready for Potter coming out of the dimensional drift. Big surprise. Instead, it was Potter that was surprised. So Splash feels like, he's coming back into this game. We get to see a big confidence boost after that timeout. So RRQ, despite, not able to convert that round win previously, it does feel like they are definitely getting there.
Yeah, they're getting on the board, and here we go with curveball. 6key's feeling it. Momentum swinging now in favor of RRQ. Prowler. It is avoided for now. 6key able to get back towards the site with relative safety. Full Sense now feeling a bit of that pressure. Killua taps the orb. Tries to bait out the swing. Doesn't happen. 6key using that numbers advantage wisely, just backing off. While the rest of his team, Splash as well as Woody here, for intel towards mid, spot out Sephiroth, saying they know it's dangerous. Splash finding the dash, gets the shot going. And RRQ, that's already good for 2. But do they expect Laz? They're thinking about it. Woody's expecting the push to come. Laz spotted, and RRQ have a good idea of what's going on here.
Yeah, no, they're basically Full Sense a little stuck now into this math problem, unable to get further picks. Woody.
Ooh, well done. Woody again. Getting another an RRQ. You said it a while ago, Riku. They're getting back in the swing of things. They're seeing players like Splash, as well as 6key, healing themselves, finding the shots, and speaking of, another here for 6key. Kill was left all alone. But over on B, it's such a strong setup. He can't just save the gun to allow at least a bit of room to buy for another. But this has been at least RRQ waking up when they need to the most. Near the end of the first half, they're getting some bearings on the defense. In a few seconds, the flash is so good, and 6K is even better than that. A 3K for the third round. RRQ at least making some noise here.
Yep, that's 2 in a row now for RRQ. And they're able to really dismantle Full Sense. The way that Full Sense wants to play, I'm going to try to play it slow. I'm going to try to play default, find picks, get early advantage, and then sprawl through the site. But this time around, RRQ is definitely fighting back and catching Full Sense off guard in a lot of these peaks. And it's just the strategy from them is definitely working out. They've got Steel Garden still in their back pocket. They can use this for that retake, but they have to be careful of this Nightfall being used aggressively onto a site, especially we get to see them hover over it long.
Yeah, well, speaking of long, it will be Potter setting out the fake out. Vice setup all across the entrance towards B, and the shear does get triggered before Nats can shut that one down. So Cosmic Divide into play.
Bait.
They're really trying to sell the fake towards his B sites. But RRQ isn't biting here, Riku. You can still see Splash posted up towards A main. Killua also setting the flash, trying to cause as much noise as he can. But the double back is the play here for Full Sense. They have to go towards B now.
And the Cosmic Divide now expired. They do have Nightfall still as that backup to initiate and clear B, but that's literally just Nats in here.
Nightfall comes, but the Steel Garden is the response. This will stall the Full Sense push to an absolute crawl, because most of their initiating players is a secondary out. Shorty, especially there for Potter. 6K though, playing a dangerous game here by the doorway. With half a minute left. Full Sense, they need to go for the execute. Their chance though, it's opening up as RRQ are leaving behind mid. Separato, it's Killua instead who spotted. 6K now with a curveball into play. Full Sense make their way towards the B side, but Sephiroth hits the shot, and that's a good start here for Full Sense. Even better now, second step by Potter. That's still left uncleared, and gets a double already. Nats with a triple. Massive moment for Device, and RRQ not refusing to let this go without the fight. Potter though equalizes the numbers. Here comes Sephiroth yet again searching for Nats, finds him eventually. Potter's good for the 3. And it's 9-3 to end the half. Full Sense make their way into B side anyway.
That was...
And it's been a commanding half there from Full Sense. A 6-round streak in the middle of all that, Riku. But in the end, RRQ at least getting a few rounds on the board. And now on the attacking side, the double duelists might find a bit more success moving forward.
Yeah, especially now they're able to use, 6K's plan here. Funnel all the orbs onto the Phoenix. Get that run it back. Play aggressively. Use yourself as like a living drone that can actually kill, basically, on towards these sites. So that's going to be the plan in mind. They're going to trigger the wall here on the side of Full Sense. But it is a quiet start. It's a stack onto B, but they pulled back and bait this out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here for RRQ. Versus that Vice utility, since they don't have the Yoru. Someone needs to be the one touching that wall and just jumping on back. 6K in there, same can be said for Splash, but he's immediately tossed aside by Sephiroth and the rest. Full Sense we're ready for this one. RRQ, they fight back with the last 2, but the flash is huge and Nats doesn't even see it coming. Double digits now for Full Sense here.
What a scrappy team fight. They met eye to eye, multiple eyes, 5v5, and then at the end, Full Sense, the shots were precise. And now once again, Killua still on the board here, leading with 14 kills. With the Guardian, we know what he's capable of. And now, B doesn't work out too well. They'll get the orb on to A instead, see if they can get early picks, feed some more. I want to see that happen because that's definitely one of their win conditions, I suppose, for the opening executes on these rounds. But if you're walking into A, you know that Killua is probably there. They have to deal with the dual aim here with him.
Yeah, here we go again. A Sheer, a Razor Vine, a Star. It's going to be tough for RRQ. And I do agree with you, Riku. The linchpin of RRQ Academy's plan has to revolve that run it back, send 6K in to safely clear out that utility, make it a lot easier for everyone else later on into the round. But Splash needs to find a bit of impact here. The Arcros making its presence be known. Potter also pushing. That's a Marshall in hand. And that's a dead target. Upgraded pistols here for RRQ. But that first shot is already a statement for Full Sense to not allow RRQ Academy any control towards B.
This is just a fortress over at the swap. You've got tripwires, you've got the stars, the razor vines, everything, and you have to deal with this long-range Potter with many layers. You have to keep guessing, where did he reposition this time around? There's so much to destroy, there's so much to clear, and there's so much to clear. Even humans, you gotta clear them out.
Yeah, prime example. Oh, here we go. It's a shooting gallery Riku until the target bites back. Splash at least shuts down Potter. Prevents his skill streak from going higher than 3. Splash again with another. A bit of damage done here by the duelist of RRQ. Picks up the spike, but time is running on out, and Sephiroth has the flank. Beautiful work from Splash, but does he even have enough time to bring that spike to the site? Answer will probably be no, because Killua and Leviathan both ready with the crossfire and both ready to take it to the next round.
Ooh, that's gonna be match point after Full Sense, as they are able to carry on a Guardian and a Bulldog. As we take a look at that replay, first pick from Potter being pushed up, but if you're up against Yori, you have to keep that guessing game. Where did he reposition? Which angle this time is going to be coming from? And it was quite the duel. It is an eco, but this time it's a buy round for the side of RRQ. So this time we get to see run it back 2 orbs away. Let's see how 6key is able to take advantage of that. But Full Sense have other plans. I think they're going to push themselves as well.
Yeah, Full Sense early on trying to prevent that orb to be taken for free. And you can see also Lads picking out the Outlaw. We've seen that a lot more popular, especially during the off-season, when they know light armors abound on the other side. Sephiroth, though! Sephiroth! Painting a picture and able to make a masterpiece out of the double kill there. Leviathan 2 want to get the signature onto this artwork. And given that damage, those are guns to be picked up. That's exactly what Full Sense wants in the situation. Not only that, Woody and Nats, they tried to make the crawl happen towards A. Mid now being cleared here by Full Sense. And as soon as RRQ put that spike down, that sound cue will be the signal for Full Sense to come on back.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at their back pocket, they've got the Arc Row still and the Vines for post plant. They've got 2 initiators on the board. 1, sorry, from Woody. So it is possible it will be a tall order for sure. They need to pick the player from spawn at Waters for them to have a comfy hold.
Laz on the other side of the wall. Nat's crawling, but the timing is impeccable.
No way.
No way. Oh, and Laz doesn't even see it. What are these pixels? What are these pixels? What am I seeing? But Potter now towards Secret. Laz with a shot, finding Nats eventually. And Full Sense, signed, sealed, delivered. They're on to map points.
That was quite the crazy timing for the 2 players. Nats over there able to find, unable to find the timing for himself, but match point now for Full Sense. They get to carry over, upgrade some guns for free, and take it over to a crucial round to take it to 13. But it all started here on that art stack, and you mentioned painting a picture with the judge, and it was a tussle over by Spawn. And the rest is history of sprawling Full Sense members on this retake. Now, what would be the play here? 6key, we keep talking about this. It has been crucial, but now with a 4 spike here, a lot of these Guardians, they really need to make this work. Let's see here what they can do. It is that orb, but there is that Yoru that they need to clear on the corner.
Yeah, Potter's been loving this position for so long. So tough for RRQ. This is their map pick, by the way, and Full Sense is showing them how it's done. Splash now, a push on in. Trying at least to break as much utility as he can, but the tripwire, it's stationed in that position ahead. You have the star also set on up. And all across the map, you can see how suffocating the Full Sense defense is looking.
And that's the thing, it was so deadly on an attacking side, especially during post-plant. But at the beginning, you get so much value off of, you know, these utility from the Astra, from the Cypher, from the Vismos especially. There's just a ton to clear and bait out in a lot of these corners. Every single thing is covered.
Yeah, and Leviathan himself, the one covering the link here by mid. Shock Dart breaks that single tripwire, sure. But RRQ still unable to make any headway in. They have gotten a bit of that pillar control towards B. And look to send their talents towards that site. But Lad's the one waiting for this. He's actually just going to evacuate. So a retake seems to be in the cards here for Full Sense. They burn. They'll run it back here for 6key. At least the tripwire's broken too. And as 6K looks for any kind of targets, updraft comes out from Splash also. Tries to make his way towards the museum, but Laz is the curator, and he prevents this admission of entry. Spikes planted. It's advantage here for Full Sense already.
It's gonna be rough. They're all gonna be coming from the same side. No flanks whatsoever.
Fake out. Broken now. Flash comes on out.
Ooh.
Leviathan there. Another pick in Full Sense. This is a statement already. Perfect so far in the round. It's been a strong showing. The Molly, though, great stall courtesy of Zar. Even getting one pick for himself, but that's all RRQ can write in this chapter. It's Full Sense who puts pen to paper and will take map number 1 in commanding fashion. Riku, it's 13-3 for the Thai squad here. And now is just gonna gun for it with the Jet itself. But this is a mirror matchup we are waiting for. RRQ Academy ready to be tested. And I guess everyone is still looking at that duelist matchup between Potter and Splash. Potter having a good game in the last sets. Of course, Splash having a struggle at the start, but getting a few moments here and there as the game went on. So is RRQ Academy all warmed up now and ready to find a reverse sweep in them? Or can Full Sense shut it out with a 2-0? It's time to find out. Full Sense start off on the attack.
And it all starts exactly on that big pistol round. Let's see if Full Sense is just gonna convert the same mindset, having these early peaks to get early picks. But I like this from the side of Full Sense here, or rather RRQ. He's pushed
RRQ?
up. Mm-hmm.
They love playing a bit more aggressive in these angles, and
Right there.
Woody had a chance. Sephiroth able to strafe back into cover, but Splash is the one who hits the shot. Splash again. Splash! There you go! We were asking for it, and we're getting it now. Triple kill before he's found by Killua, and the damage has been decisive from RRQ Academy. Full Sense, they make their way towards C. But the Cypher of Nat still alive, the camera, the tripwire, awaiting this push.
I love the slow push onto their spawn itself. 6K has identified it is a C hit.
There they are.
There comes out. Beautiful scan, and 6K from the inside. 6K gets a second. And RRQ Academy. This is a lead they want to start things off with, and this is a pistol they get in the series.
They are definitely rewarded with that. That's a huge boost in confidence as well, especially the two pistol rounds that they were able to fight off at Pearl. Wasn't exactly successful, wasn't exactly close either. This is definitely a good look for RRQ. The slow push onto their spawn, onto Full Sense's spawn. They weren't able to identify that they're already crawling into their territory. And again, it's the same concept on when they succeeded in Pearl, but a more slower approach. I like this from RRQ and Full Sense. They gotta be ready for these unexpected pushes.
And better angles, especially for Splash, right? Gets in there, gets the gun going. Zar, though, left unchecked, and Zar transfers to find the double in him. RRQ! This is what you can do so far. Anti-Uko looking strong. Laz able to maneuver past the tripwire. And still gets found out anyway. And that's with a mow down. Spectre good for the one. But Leviathan able to weather the clip. And at least answer back. 2v4. RRQ Academy now playing into courtyard, into grass.
Right there.
And just trying to cut off any kind of exit here from Full Sense. The Spike Riku is on site. Splash is ready with the Outlaw. As soon as Full Sense peaks, they're gonna be in danger.
Yeah, that's true. Leviathan already incredibly low. No access to the spike, completely surrounded. Zar just doing a lot of damage earlier on, and Splash has a very good angle on this link entrance. It's gonna be hard.
Leviathan,
Trying
a
it.
single breeze. You're just gonna tip
30
over.
seconds left.
Boom.
The Outlaw could be a hurricane in the right hands. And Splash is there to get that pick. Laza all alone. Looks for the shot. Gets Splash at least. But RRQ Academy, that's the second round. And they should have enough hands to retrieve that Outlaw. Yes, they do. So guns ready for the next round.
This is a really good early game for the side of RRQ. Off to a good start. Zar left unchecked. Gets the spray down. And it's just a big guessing game. The absence of information. The big silence from the side of RRQ Academy. They catch Full Sense off guard there, and Killua. Now they're on their buy round for Full Sense, so this is definitely another test. But RRQ has shown, Splash with the Outlaw can be deadly here on these rounds.
Splash, ooh, looking for the kill. Couldn't confirm it, but that's decisive damage done on Leviathan anyway. Killua and the resto of Full Sense look to make their way towards A. And Sixky, he's feeling that pressure. Moving towards the backside now. Smoke comes out towards mid 2, but full sense they're not committing as of yet. As Splash is just searching for any kind of opportunity to cut off a rotation if ever.
Yeah, information accessed onto that C-long push by Splash already, just as you said. There is a garage angle as well, so it's only window that's pretty much left in check, and that's an A stack. Good read by RRQ, and they will definitely sense this coming.
Yeah. Cyber Cage also. Make some noise. Here's the execute now from full sense as Potter gets in there with the dash. Aftershock also. Beautiful cover! And well executed by full sense. The blind on one side, the Aftershock on the other. And that's enough space covered to play the plant.
It's going to be a rough retake here. Just post-plant positions already lying and waiting for the rest of full sense. There's just so much to clear, and they're going to be coming from Link, from one angle alone.
Clobbers now, isolates the fight! And Potter falls, but Killua with the trade. Woody there, at least answer back, but Full Sense have the numbers, and Full Sense will get on the board.
Scanning ahead.
A bit of damage done on the RRQ bonus, sure, but it's Full Sense at least getting it back.
Yeah, it was a very classic execute onto A. Just try to clear out backside as well as graffiti with your fault line. And then the rest of the execute coming from Potter to follow that up is just truly deadly once these two players come together. And we'll see now, it is going to be Rolling Thunder available for Killua after that one orb. So RRQ should be careful in this round for sure.
Yeah, well, they want to send Splash in though. Hides from the dart, primes the dash, but Full Sense.
So we proceed here on round 5.
And
Welcome back.
2-2.
Yup.
Good job, Full Sense. I guess the C site hit worked.
Yep.
And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. It is going to be an eco here for the side of RRQ, though. If we remember correctly, Blaze expanded, rifles were out, but Splash now hits the shot. 7 already on the board. A better showing from him so far.
Really nicely done. First pick here by RRQ, despite being on eco. That's definitely the advantage that they're looking for.
Full Sense, though. They clear out A. Laz also on the lurk, finding another. And this is the power of Laz being left alone to his devices. Can play the off angle. Spike now planted. The guns, though, is looking difficult for RRQ to even make their way in there. Guardian in hand for Splash. He's gonna need to hit some nutty one-taps if they want to stand a chance. Dark cover, though, at least giving the angle of opportunity. Forces the stun out early here from Killua. Zar so far back. Laz gonna be marking that A-long angle as much as he can, especially with that noise made. 1-for-1 though, as Splash gets in there. The shot rings through, but Killua shuts that down. And Laz, he just wants to survive the round here. Riku 4 HP, just calls for help. Killua, please, Potter, please, someone help me. They're the ones pushing into Zar instead. 35 HP here. Good smoke again from Zar, but is it good enough to get a pick? At least the one, but it's traded quickly, and Full Sense will take the lead away.
Laz ran away so far, went the full lap from A-long to C. that was really fun to watch. But yeah, with 4 HP, having to guard long for so of an extended time, just having a lot of value off of that tripwire to extend the life of that tripwire and his life and to save the gun. Just full value on that Full Sense round. RRQ again, we definitely it's very hard to get that retake onto A, especially with that numbers disadvantage. It's going to be a tough nut to crack. But this time around, Full Sense will try their luck on a heavily infested Cypher utility onto C this time. Maybe they'll find a pick, but RRQ really pushed back. A very different approach this time versus the earlier rounds. They wanted to take care. Splash now with the operator. This could be key.
Yeah, this could be dangerous if Leviathan takes a step too far.
Oh.
Knows exactly where to station himself for the lineup. I just wanted to say though a while ago, Laz, he's just like, what did it cost to survive Killua dying?
Yeah.
Okay, the Soul Stone claims another instead and Full Sense.
And we see Splash with 8 kills now on the board, with an operator still kept at a hand. Will not get spotted, but they have to have an inkling that Splash might be stationed at the same spot. This could be deja vu. Going to see again.
I just don't want it to cut out. That's all. That is all. I want to see the action. And here we go. Finally, Potter gets in there. Flash comes out. And Full Sense do get full control of the site. It's similar here for RRQ. They like to play these 5v5 retakes.
And it has been working out well for them. Let's see, though. Garage isn't exactly clear for the side of Full Sense. But they're willing to wait and play on site.
Of course, the operator still into play. They want to make it tough for Splash to hit these shots. Leviathan instead the one to get the first one on the board. 60 now with the response. Zara's there too. And RRQ, now the space for Splash to hit the shots. And it's Killua who has to stay on the site. Rolling Thunder, not available now. Sephiroth from afar. He's against two. And Splash from above. Shot doesn't hit though.
Defusing.
And Zar defuse. Bros don't fake. He's sticking it. He will get it. And Splash will add the shot for good measure. RRQ, they will take the lead back.
Great discipline, great retake, great read on having to just identify to pull back and play as an entire squad and basically repeat the process of what happened earlier, I assume is what happened when they did retake C. And RRQ, you get to see Splash basically just, you know, really shine on a lot of these earlier rounds. We did see glimpses of that on Pearl. And it's really nice to see that earlier on and get value off of this big operator buy. There is a lot of ultimates at play for this upcoming round. You've got that Rolling Thunder. Killua hasn't used this just yet for hold. It does feel like things are happening so fast for the retake from RRQ that he's unable to sort of have the opportunity to use it.
Yeah, and even faster than that. He's found the tumble already. Onto the site we go for RRQ actually, so they hold off the B push, perhaps. Potter and Killua taken down, so an early window aggressive from RRQ Academy. It's exactly what we expect from them, but here we go. Lad's getting closer and closer towards Link. That's Tripwire. Might immediately reveal his intentions and Splash with a third. The share of shots are ringing through for this young gun. And while Woody backs away, Laz has the timing, Laz has the backstab. Easy pickings, trigger discipline! And there you go, 1, 2, but Splash with the shutdown! He's gotten 4 already for the round! Nats will finish it off on a high note, but RRQ, effectively, that should be a thrifty right for them to take this lead.
That is definitely a thrifty. It was filled with a lot of sheriffs on the side of RRQ in versus a full buy of Full Sense. And when we entered, it was Killua and Potter, the duo that we were expecting to sort of rise into the occasion and get these early frags. We're the ones that were victim to that. So despite Splash not having, you know, an operator in his hand, he's still proven to be effective on that sheriff, having that third kill. And now the biggest question is, I guess this timeout, what are we not seeing from Full Sense that we've seen on Pearl that received success? And for me, one thing that didn't exactly work, or rather wasn't a necessity in Pearl, is any of the far flanks or the far lurks by the Sentinels. And I don't think we're seeing that a lot over here at the early game of Full Sense. There's not a lot of precedence. It's more like we're going to play as a full squad, or we're going to try to default, find early picks. I don't think they're leaning towards that option a bit much over here at the early phases of the game.
Yeah, it's a good point, because we're seeing how effective the punish play from Full Sense was on map number 1, right? But here in map number 2, even if they group up, they're just getting assassinated left, right, and center. Splash finding these picks. 16 now after 9 rounds of action coming into the 10th round. He's been averaging almost 2 kills per round at this point. Operator still in their clutches, and RRQ Academy is making this look very competitive and making Full Sense quite mortal. Here comes the fault line though, and the Hunter's Fury. For Full Sense, they're finding a pick from afar, and they will see it delivered as 6key is handed on a silver platter. That's a pick, sure, but it's still a lesser buy here for Full Sense. Eco now to play into B site. Tripwire 2 gonna be on site here. The smoke towards A. Link is there. Potter thinking about the push, but here comes the Rolling Thunder now. Full Sense, they have to back on the way. Zar and Nats with the mow down. Zar here by Garage. Sees the forces though. The Full Sense coming his way. Nats taking the window position, and there you go. Why don't you take a picture? Because it's the last thing you'll see. Nats with a quad, and RRQ now up to 6.
Beautiful stuff by Nats there, being that just human turret over at window, and Full Sense was definitely not ready for that. And again, you gotta love the discipline from RRQ Academy. That was a timeout. Full Sense wanted to try, maybe make something out of that. Maybe that timeout also can convert to this round, but it doesn't change the fact that RRQ had that full discipline. The Hunter's Fury being invested onto A, RRQ did not budge. They kept their positions over on C, on Garage. And so of the possible envelopment onto B was just really nice decision making from RRQ.
Yeah, it's just a night and day difference. A lot more panic a while ago on Pearl.
Yep.
This time, discipline. And just the thrust to stay in these angles. RRQ Academy showing up now. And Woody finds Leviathan way too early. An easy pick here for RRQ with the utility. Lowering the full sense lethality. Removing those darts from the equation. Splash though tagged by the spy cam. Doesn't matter. Just shrugs it off. Tries to hit the shot with the Laz. Laz though giving chase, but Sixky also watching out for that angle. So double up here for RRQ on A. Full sense though, taking away B site, and it's gonna be Laz. You were looking for these lurks a while ago, Riku. Maybe he can find the angle. Sephiroth though finds Nats in response, and now the pressure is making its way towards C site. Zar gets stunned. He might get pinched here, but a chance to do damage from the log gubby. Here we go. Sephiroth finds the pick, and it's Full Sense who have found their way in.
This is the hold. We've seen RRQ retake C many times now, so especially with the operator at hand for a splash. But half HP, this makes it even more doable. It is not going to be that far alert that we were, or far flank that we were expecting, but everyone's going to be coming from CT.
Yeah. And this time around, kill was off-site. Sephiroth, same can be said. It's up to Potter to hold them off, and Potter will fall in the field of battle. It's 3v3. The operator still deadly from above. Paranoia avoided. Oh no, Killua a step too far. And that's a shot that comes through. Splash with the kill. And RRQ already on defuse. Sephiroth with 1 HP. Tries to play from behind, but just no way, no how. Even transferring the defuse to Sixky there to bring up the Hunter's Fury a step closer. RRQ commanding the defensive half now.
Wow, it was such a beautiful retake by RRQ. The patience, having to play as a squad and see what was, and basically just be the carrier of this operator player that is Splash, that is exploding into this game. And that was good lurk coming from the side of Laz, but the read wasn't exactly there, as they invested one member very far away from the site and looking at spawn, see if somebody goes out from A lobby. But we'll see. It might be a fast execute this time. Maybe slow isn't exactly what's been working for Full Sense, and A has been receiving the most success here.
Yeah, big scan though from Sixky. Gets the intel early on. And Full Sense will just force the issue anyway. Smokes out. Here comes Zardo from above. And this has been a weakness from Full Sense for so long. No one's looking up anywhere on the map. And Sixky now centered in. Finds 2 before he's found. But the damage has been done. Courtesy of Zar, especially. Laz here tries to play too short. Splash shut down, sure. And Killua making it possible. 2v2.
Oh.
Laz playing the hero. And as of now, it's up to Nats. He has to clutch this for RRQ, or else Full Sense will get on back on the board. Nats. He's getting closer. Towards the backside. Laz falls. No swing yet. A single bullet's enough, and Killua will confirm it. 5-7 at the very least, but RRQ still end the defense with the lead. But RRQ really came on back. Splash now online. Double-digit kills. The operator being such a big marker of success. But onto the pistol we go. And while Nats plays the lurk towards mid, it's Splash leading the sights push. See open with Killua falling. Another door will swing wide as Zar catches Sephiroth, and RRQ quickly make their way into C here.
Ooh, off angle by Nats.
Hello and goodbye. Nats and Potter a bit awkward there. Stare off leads to RRQ Academy success. And this is just another impressive pistol round for them. You said a while ago, Riku, no pistols for RRQ in that first game. This time, unless Laz hits the ace clutch of the century, it's going to be a second pistol here for RRQ Academy. The double ups there. Nice pick onto Splash, but Zar gets 3, and there you have it, 8-5.
RRQ Academy, they look so clean in a lot of these on these pistol rounds now. There's just a lot of confidence going into the site, getting that clear. For Full Sense, on the other hand, these off angles are not working out in their favor, especially when you're just swarmed by the rest of RRQ. There's just a lot of reward when it's that big stack entering that site. Now this time around, let's see what Full Sense is able to do with two sheriffs on Laz and Potter.
Yeah, it's tough though, and this 4-1 split from RRQ Academy has been pretty effective. Nats playing by his lonesome will try to get attention, but this is a heavy stack here from Full Sense. Paranoia is good. Nats cyber cage
No
just
way.
to stay alive, and he somehow survives.
What?
Just gets away from the barrel down approach from Sephiroth. Now the flood comes in towards A, and Potter has to be the dam before this A side bursts wide open. Splash here on the inside already. The updraft now to take an elevated position, and it's Leviathan the victim. Now the mow down onto Potter. Sprays good. RRQ win 2. Nats again. Opportunity knocks. And there he goes to sign, seal, and deliver it. Killua will answer back, but look how strong this has been from RRQ Academy. Killua will challenge. Splash is ready. And from 21, we go to 22 kills. A trio of takedowns for Splash. Make it 4. And he's hungry for more. Nicely done here by RRQ Academy.
Splash is just going crazy right now. 23 kills. And again, this is just a good sort of redemption from that Pearl map that we saw. This time, very consistent, very impactful, and just really having the right angles and the right timing. And for Full Sense this time around, it does feel like it's a little bit more disjointed, a complete opposite of what we saw at Pearl. It's one of those things where if we can't get the early kills, then what would be plan B? What can we do to stop this onslaught? Because RRQ, their momentum is very in their favor.
Yeah, so confident now on the push. Splash again with the lead. He dashes in, not even finding Sephiroth, and Laz has a good corner to work with. Left still unspotted, unheard. Assassinates the one, but Zara gets the trade. RRQ Academy, a man advantage now to play into C. Has to be a retake here from the defense.
Wow, Full Sense. Now coming from different areas, from one garage. Let's see. Ooh.
Oh! The clear on the Splash though is huge. Mr. Guns except against Woody. Aftershock into play. Woody does the damage that needs to be done, but the trade comes on out again. It's 2v2, but Zar and Sixky can play this smart and play the timer. Leviathan trying to play cover. The dart comes out. The smoke's there too, but Potter finds Sixky. Time running out. Someone needs to go on the defuse early here. And the Leviathan's on it. Zar trying to go for the fadeaway, but Potter's sharper on the shots. And Full Sense on the buy. They get the round here.
That's the site opened up entirely due to Killua's kill onto Splash there. The only member from RRQ Academy that was on site. And then the rest were the tussle, the back and forth, the tug of war between the two long players, and as well as the one on Spike. And Full Sense really played it very patiently. They didn't want to be too antsy. And I feel like, having to try to stabilize a bit more is something that they can do to get back into this game. But RRQ, they looked really good, but it does feel like you get Splash off the board, round becomes more doable.
Yeah, speaking of Splash, he's one away from the Blades. And you said it, Riku. Off the board, now onto the bench. Easier tidings here for Full Sense. And Potter just deciding to be as brave as can be. Through the smoke, sees Woody coming. 3 picks now here for Full Sense, and they can just manage the rest of the round here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just watch the spike as it's dropped and full swing together. But 30 HP for Potter, that's, I wouldn't say a little scary. There's still 4 members on the board. And there you go. Full Sense. That is, I love the control that they did onto long, push more space, constrict the space that, RRQ desires to take off of these rounds. And I feel like, that we haven't exactly seen that too much at the second switch of the half.
Yeah, you can see it here. Full Sense, if they can be a bit more active on the map, they catch RRQ Academy napping while they're setting on up. And that's something RRQ Academy has struggled in this series so far. They're good at initiating the fights, but if they're the ones getting jumped, it has become a problem for them. On the eco though, but the Blades, of course, look to be decisive. Pop by Splash. You also have both the Neural Theft as well as the From the Shadows for RRQ, but more situational ultimates. If ever they find a pick,
Flight.
the Owl Drone 2 from 6key to try and scout that garage, but full sense. They're putting a heavier stack towards B. The push now comes on out. Potter and Killua brave on this one. They want to get the catch on the 6key. They know they use the Owl Drone from that position. And there you go. Potter even shutting out Splash. Woody, though, at least with the response. A gun to be scrounged. But that's all RRQ Academy can get from that exchange.
Yeah, without their two, the initiator and as well as their duelist as well, it is going to be quite the walk on these sites. It is going to be a B stack, but there's the fault line to stop this.
And Sephiroth, stopgap himself. The red light seen onto Woody. And he's been eliminated for the round. That's Zard, though. Trying to set up the smokes. Imply a caterpillar approach to just crawl on in, but RRQ have other plans. They move to A.
30 seconds
We
left.
have Sephiroth and Leviathan actually playing offside. The camera, though, ain't a good spot here, Riku. You have a few guns here for RRQ Academy, but as soon as this noise cue is heard, should be the push out from Full Sense. Cyber Cage pops. We are gonna go for the retake, though. Never mind. Hunter's Fury actually expanded here by Leviathan, buying some time for Full Sense not only to station up here, but look at the flank here from Laz.
It's going to be deadly. You're going to be forced onto, what, a long angle for post plant. Oh, never mind. It's going to be from sewers.
Yeah.
They're on site.
Over at short.
Yeah.
That could be Laz finding at least an opportunity to punish. Full Sense, though, playing the timer as patiently as can be. Aftershock towards Hell. Paranoia avoided, but the stun still connects. Sar, good shot, but Sephiroth finds the 3. The pressure from Laz was there anyway. Full Sense again, getting their bearings back, playing it a bit more tactically in the last few rounds.
Yeah, it is, you know, having to condition properly or get the right conditions to get that Full Sense, what do you call this, good retake, and having to invest as well as that Hunter's Fury to buy time, cause a bit of panic, and constrict the space of how their post plant, the time of how they can get to the desired post plant as well. It really just stopped the plans of RRQ, and that's why it is going in towards a timeout. One thing that I'm curious to see, though, is that having to see Potter on this operator. Back on Pearl, it didn't necessarily become a necessity to bring out the operator, but this time around, it is much. It felt like now a much needed angle that Potter can catch RRQ by surprise, maybe.
I mean, it's true. We saw how effective it was with Splash a while ago. But so far, Full Sense have been playing these angles really well. They've also utilized Killua and Laz's movements. So a good amount of success here, Riku. Not besides the flanks from Laz. When he's playing the anchor, you can see him just find these small corners with the cyber cages. Just at least slow down the RRQ Academy approach. And from this point on, it's been a 3-round string here for the Thai squad.
Does seem like Full Sense has now figured out what they needed to do here, and they were going to add in another additional layer with Potter being, you know, sequined onto A along with this, with a possible pick. It's not going to be a sewers, what do you call this, station. It is going to be from here, Full Sense. Let's see if somebody decides to take a bait, because this could be a paranoia from Garage, and then basically try to get a pick with Laz.
Yeah, the scan comes out, immediately RRQ will take that as a cue to push. Sephiroth only good for the 160. Catches him in the act. And as RRQ Academy now with the man advantage, this has been the point of confidence for them. They look perhaps to still put pressure on towards C. They rotate away. Go towards B instead. The Aldronome quickly unmasking those intentions. And while RRQ, they have a lot of time to work with. It's Full Sense trying to clear out these angles as early as possible. Garage now taken here by Killua. A pinch, perhaps. Potential's there. Leviathan needs to be careful. Paranoia so good! And the RRQ Academy will open up the B side. Killua also expected and found. Potter, operator. It's not confined value for this one, Riku. But the real question is, can he save the gun for the next round? Just gonna hide for the rest of the timer.
Seems like, you know, Splash just trying to be careful if, you know, there is an attempt for some exit frags. So perhaps having to just sit still a little bit and just go for the safer route could be an option here. But looking at that round again, full sense, it did feel like they had a plan in mind to sort of just surround B and do that retake, but it is that garage stack that really hurt Full Sense's chances to get this to even. RRQ really played it right. They didn't. I thought there was going to be a threat of a paranoia because I thought that was going to be the play, but I felt like RRQ just came in too fast for it to be even prepped to be used. So again, RRQ, they're really scary if they're stacked up, just really fast in the trigger.
Yeah, you can see the potential for the bait and switch, right?
Yep.
But the numbers were too much. And a quick tech pause here. Hopefully everything is A-okay for both sides. But overall, RRQ Academy showing us why they are an Academy team. They are impressing here in map number 2 on their opponent's map pick, by the way. A far cry from the 13-3 stomp that we saw in map number 1. And players like Splash, we've talked about them for quite a while. Zara has had his moments, but Nats 2 has been pretty pesky, actually. That Cypher has put themselves in scenarios where he can find the clutch, he can get these kills. It has been overshadowed by the flanks from Laz Shur on the other side, but so far so good. RQ's trades also a lot cleaner in this second game compared to the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. Really fully taking advantage of how oppressive Haven can be when you're on the attacking side. Just really taking advantage of these long rotates and just really finding the correct stack to invest your numbers on. And, you know, you get to see attempts, again, another operator. Well, sorry, it is carried over from the previous round. But so far, RRQ, not only do they do well in avoiding, you know, these long angles, either A or C with the operator by, but they also find the right picks as well. It just really diminishes the power that Full Sense needs to have for that full retake potential.
Well, RRQ need to be careful now because the operator is posted up in mid, and there you go! As soon as the round starts, Sixky has to wave the white flag. A beautiful beginning, courtesy of Potter. Nats also finding Leviathan on the other side of A long. A skirmish short. The push from short, though. And it's left unchecked. Zard there. Conscious kill while Leviathan, at least, stops the tide from turning the way towards A. And with that now, it's Full Sense with the numbers. Can Splash get the job? No, the double up is too strong, and the re-peek is ill-advised. Not only that, Leviathan's still around. Own your ult tap, but he doesn't see it coming! Now! The UAV is shut down before it's primed, and Leviathan and Potter just silence the opposition. Commanding round there from Full Sense.
I like the attempt from RRQ to do a far lurk, use Splash away from your team and just divide and conquer. But it didn't work out too well when the first shot was not able to connect, and that double up was really very hard to win against. And the rest is practically history. You got Leviathan really cutting noise to deny information that he was still on site, hoping that the splash bait was enough for a full rotate from Full Sense. But no, Full Sense can be, you know, disciplined as well and just stay on site and identify where the pressure points are going to be building.
And Leviathan big round there, despite the neural theft. Potter, though, another round and another first kill. Exactly what Full Sense needs coming into these rounds. Sixky gone, rifle sure at the ready for RRQ Academy, but they don't want to fight the op from that angle.
Absolutely not. They do have something to bait as well. They need... Woody has not been able to convert an orb into a Rolling Thunder for, I believe, 2 to 3 rounds, you know, in succession. So hopefully this could be it. He's not the carrier, or rather he is not the carrier of the spike, so we'll have to see.
Oh, dash in. Flash is good though, and Laz caught out there by Splash. That's been 1 point of strength here for RRQ Academy. The push is into B. The A-Link control now confirmed by Splash yet again. Number swinging in favor of RRQ here. Potter with the operator still. Rolling Thunders gets the connection onto the jet. Nats though cornered now. This time around, Zar still somehow, some way, and Potter, what happened to the blades? Gets away with his life though. 2v2. Killua catching out Woody all the way across towards Link. And Splash waiting for the breach to come on out. The leap out though. Zar's ready for it. Here comes Potter yet again. Looking now to hit the shot. Doesn't happen. Shorty's not even gonna be good enough. But Potter is still alive somehow. With 5 HP. Splash able to shrug it off, and that should be enough to win the round, but I don't understand what magic Potter casts to stay alive in those scenarios. In the end, it's RRQ with their 11.
Yeah, bibbidi bobbidi boo. That's definitely what happened there. The shorty, unfortunately, especially from that range, it is a Potter saving the
like-
operator instead.
If I can't kill you, I also cannot die. It is a
That is a trait.
Triticus handshakeicus.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That is I
You're
love
a
that
wizard,
spell.
Potter.
Oh, you're a wizard.
You're a wizard, but that's a timeout here for Full Sense as magic is happening here for RRQ. The B-takes, Riku, have been so well versed, especially against those closer contests. The flashes have been on point so far today here for RRQ.
Yeah, I love the hold. I was a bit worried that Woody was not the one that planted because he's one off of the Rolling Thunder. Therefore, it can counter Rolling Thunder once Full Sense was able to send it. But no worries at all. It still worked out in their favor. Splash and Zar especially, you're right. That's like the third time he's on top of the box and no one is able to sort of check that verticality. It is able to take advantage of that, that off angle, that position. And RQ, again, their hold is quite scary, and now they have that surplus of ultimate. They've got the Rolling Thunder, they've got the Hunter's Fury, and that's a bit worrisome because they only have that other ultimate that's quite near, and that's on Leviathan's side. So ult economy-wise, RQ has the lead. They can send it to match point, and that's going to be a bit tricky, especially the economy of Full Sense is a bit on a dicey situation if they lose this round.
Yeah, it feels like it's on the knife's edge, right? The force buy will have to happen if Full Sense loses this one. And RRQ Academy looking to get on the board here with the series. Still, as you've said, 2 ults available here for RRQ. To get some intel, perhaps 6-key, and Woody can get the punish going. Leviathan now taking the orb away from A. At least he has his own bow and arrow primed and ready. Sun comes out as Potter fires a warning shot. Not good enough to find the pick. Full Sense back away, and RRQ taking the lobby away from this.
But look at this. It is... Well, nothing really. I thought I saw something different.
What game are you watching?
I don't know. I'm surprised myself. It's the magic, I feel. But yeah, Full Sense, they're not budging. They don't want to over-rotate. They have a lot of information and traps on the side of C. But that's where the stack is going to be coming from. I like this from Nats. Going to spot out a lobby rotate, perhaps, with a lot of these tripwires. And everything is pretty much covered. This lurk is scary. Full Sense has to watch out for that.
Yeah, Splash pushing forward. The Cyber Cage, though, did immediately give a tell to those intentions. And you can see Laz firing a few shots to try and get the punish going. Nats, though, trying to keep an eye out on anyone pushing from the garage. Sephiroth on the opposite side of this. The rest of Full Sense will come out from CT. And we hear the Hunter's Fury both now brought out. Lightning looking to strike towards the side. Potter, though, finding a target, but Splash the one who's a sharper shot. It's 2 for 1. Full Sense and Sephiroth able to stave off the flank from Nats. A chance here for Full Sense. A push into the smoke, though, and the Rolling Thunder coming now from afar. Woody, it's all up to you in the 1v2. Woody able to build it all up, and RRQ will find the clutch to bring themselves to map point.
We talked about it. That big Rolling Thunder could be key to send it to match point, and as well as that Hunter's Fury being utilized so well to cause chaos on that retake that Full Sense wanted to set up for themselves. I thought it was going to be a bit of a disaster because Nats tried to do the lurk. Sephiroth was able to take him down. Basically, they don't have to worry about garage anymore. All they had to worry is their basically just one position in front of them, and that was long. Woody had that Rolling Thunder, had the right angles, the peaks were flawless, and there you go, match point for RRQ. They still have guns here on the side of Full Sense, but they gotta make this work here to force overtime.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long road ahead. 3 in a row. Can't make any mistakes in RRQ Academy. This is where we can say first game jitters.
Yeah.
After Pearl.
Could be.
Different stage for them. It could be, but here in the second game, everything looks so much better. Everything looking so much more coordinated. From this point on, they just need one more round to at least force out the decider. Laz, though, well placed on the shots. Zar falls within the cage. In full sense now. They entrap their opponents on this A side.
Here comes the plant already. They still haven't cleared the heaven player just yet. This might be dicey. Ooh.
The push comes out after the smoke. Here we go though with Splash. Can't find the target. And Splash eventually gets his one. But Woody almost again could have been the hero. But Sephiroth will still stand. We're not done. Full sense will get to 10, but that got way too close for the Thai squad.
Way too close, way too expensive. Only one gun being delivered over to the next round. We talked about their economy. Might be a bit awkward coming into this round. I want to see what they're gonna be able to buy. They still have enough for these rifles, but the half shields are gonna make it a tad awkward. This is a bit of a breathing room for the side of Full Sense, that it is a bit of a broken buy on the side of RRQ, so they can breathe a little bit easy. But just because it's a broken buy doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a comfortable round. We've seen RRQ take a thrifty over here on this map, so I wouldn't lower my guard.
It's so possible here, but at least Full Sense buy themselves a lifeline. Blades out now, Splash. Looking to find impact early. He's 2 away from hitting 30. But this time around, it's Laz with the shutdown. Woody again, though. He's really stepped up here. Laz blinded in up close. But Woody with the collateral. Woody is nasty right now. And RRQ have made their way into A. That's a gun on hand for Woody. The Rolling Thunder ready to here, Riku. But the flank comes in from Potter here.
Let's see, but that's a lot of tripwires still pretty much alive. And a camera on long.
He jumped over it. He jumped over it. And Nats now goes down. Potter has the opportunity. Sephiroth making it even easier. With 43 HP, a single bullet from the Guardian should be enough, right? Should be. But Woody has been a miracle worker. Not against Sephiroth, though. And Full Sense are 1 away from forcing OT.
These rounds are quite the nail biters, Dax and RRQ. This is truly a test. They've been doing so well the first half into the second. They managed to create a big lead to send it to match point. This is where your experience is going to be tested. How do you not fall into that big pressure where you see that number 12, I want to see that turn into a 13, but they're going to hold off. This is a complete buy round. You got to see some regions shields on the side of Full Sense, but Rolling Thunder is available. That could be key here to deny overtime for RRQ.
I don't think Laz has any armor at all.
Yeah. That's
Man strapped for cash and forgot to bring his clothes for the last round. This is going to be a bit tough here for Full Sense, as you've said. RRQ, a full kit, yes. And the Rolling Thunder that Woody has earned from the past few rounds. They scout out A early on, though, expecting a push from Full Sense. Leviathan, the one posted up on A with some help from Laz's utility. But from the shadows now, Sephiroth gets the intel, and they have an inkling of how RRQ is playing this.
Want to play safe. They don't want to make any mistakes whatsoever. They don't want the test of stamina with the back and forth of an overtime. They want to reap the rewards, the build-up that they've already had. It is a Cypher-infested zone here onto A. They've got lots to clear here. Let's see Splash. If Splash is able to get an opening pick.
Yeah, Tripwire there in position. Updraft now to clear it well. Leviathan, though, has a plan. The Paranoia did come in, I believe. And with that, RRQ Academy able to set things up on the default and go for the 5v5 retake. You have Woody, though, playing from afar. Very smart to at least allow him a good angle with the Rolling Thunder. They're clearing out Lobby 2. But Aftershock, Splash, deciding to hug the other side of hell. If Full Sense doesn't check this might be the death sentence. The Rolling Thunder for the stall, as Full Sense is running out of time on this retake. Sixky also navigating inside the smoke. Nats and Splash are ready, and RRQ Academy will take this one. 13-11. We are gonna go to a decider.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the double initiator. I think we've seen this sort of combo just really strengthens the oppression, especially after post-plant, where Teho, I feel like, also really shines here. And having to add the Vice in as well. Our RRQ Academy is looking to have a very strong attacking side.
There we go. Sixky now pushing over onto Benz, but Full Sense, they're ready for this one. A pick to start things off. And Full Sense, at the very least, they do back away after that pick. The Teho Splash trying to go for the push here, Riku, but it might be dangerous. No one looking. And Heaven left alone for RRQ Academy to take.
เราอยู่2เราไหว
It's really clear. There's a lot of space now being done by Splash.
ผมไปก่อน
We'll have to see. They aren't able to check on the side. And Zara is able to get another pick alongside Nats. Things are falling apart on the side of Full Sense.
Yeah, full sense. Just a wrong read there. RRQ Academy still making the execute happen towards B. And from what we see, with Splash on the lurk, it could be a chance to cut things off. The free go right now to top up the rest of the members. But here comes the flash now. Just looking for the intel boom, but also into play. Here comes the missiles, though. And the guided salvo. It's doing so much damage towards Potter already. Stun comes up too. Killua on the board. Killua with the second. Full sense still fighting back, making it 2v2. But Zar shows up, leaving everything to Leviathan. But the crossfire could have been the timing there. Leviathan doesn't see it coming, though. Nats now tries to shoot through the smoke to no avail. And Leviathan has some cover to work with. Peek out, get the pick. Can he stick at least to halfway? And he gets the kill! It's gonna be close though for Leviathan. Will be enough for RRQ Academy to buy time. Answers yes! In RRQ Academy, they lose their lives, but they get the round.
And Zara's doing it again. He's always in these, really interesting off angles that, I feel like, Full Sense, they were able to, receive that numerous times on the top of the boxes onto Haven, and now it's starting again on to Rafters. So RRQ is just really extending his life. That's the reason why Zara and Nats have that big double kill, able to extend that enough that Full Sense, despite them killing everybody from RRQ on that round, it is still not enough time. Now they reap their rewards, and let's see where Zara's going to be coming from this time, because he always comes from the most unexpected angles on post plant.
Yeah, man's lurking, but here comes the stealth drone too. That piece of utility is so pesky, has even a suppress in it. So, a good kit there for Teho. The rest of RRQ making the push happen. Guided salvo, flushing Leviathan out. The missile still pulsing on the side. And from afar, 60 trying to make this gun work. Zard though, you've said it, Riku. Weird off angle, finds a double. Guardian picked up here by Full Sense, but RRQ has done the damage and got into plant already.
And that, again, the post plant is just so deadly. On the side, Splash is RRQ, 6 finds a kill with an upgrade. Let's see how this works out. Whoa.
Yeah, Leviathan though, nice shot. At the very least, but 60 has been a jumping jack. Whoa! Leap for it, why don't you? Leviathan with a slam down. The 1v2 ahead and Guardians against him. Gonna be very difficult at this range. Leviathan put in the clutch scenario one more time. Guided salvo to buy so much space and time. And Splash shows up to get the execute there. 2-0 here for RRQ.
The layers is just a lot to peel on the side of RRQ's attacking side. And again, Zar, even though he fell from battle earlier on, able to get 2 kills and now 1 kill away from getting his ult. So imagine just the impact that he's been doing on the first 2 rounds of this map. Just really a lot. Just such a beautiful thing to watch. Like, Splash on this agent. You get to see him really shine on the Jet earlier, and now on the Teho for the very first time here on the group stage. Oop.
Early paranoia, 6 using that to clear out ramps. And effectively, now with the Vents control, Full Sense might not see this coming. We've seen Full Sense lose out in some of the gaps on the map, but they give up mid to play into heaven. Leviathan here, prepped and ready, but Nats faster on the shot. Here comes the drone now. Killua catching Zar in response. Flash 2 gonna be into play. Salvo's there, but Sephiroth now on site and ready. Nats fall. Splash now. Sharp shot, erasing Killua from the round immediately. Well, the cloud set up. Splash with the shutdown. RRQ with the man advantage. Laszlo and Potter show up at the right time. It's 1v1 here. Flash isn't good, but the shot's even better from Woody. And man's been clutch in the last game. This time, he gets it done in the bonus win for RRQ here.
Shows up at the right time. Even though the flash didn't kick in, it is still highly effective of that very wide peak that Woody did to get all the finishing touches of their round. And now it's a 3-0, which is we haven't really seen this from a Full Sense, especially now that we get to see RRQ really shine again. Everybody on the side of RRQ Academy, practically online, having a lot of their own moments as well. And of course, can't forget about Woody. Let's see how they're able to damage the economy here on the side of Full Sense. Creeping in very fast.
Space.
Yeah.
Look at the space they get between the Teho as well as the Omen plus the Sky Flash. 60 gets in there, but Potter with a shutdown. Here comes Full Sense though. Sheriff Sharp's ring true. The one taps massive to make it possible. Judge on hand now here for Potter. A range he can work with Splash playing up close. Good snake bite. Forcing him out. The stun here from Splash though. He stalled for time. Sephiroth falls. Leviathan with the trade. And it's 2v1 and up to Woody again. Woody now a 1v1 ahead of him. And
Whoa.
Woody is just wise to those ways. A clutch for Woody. He just does it all at the end for RRQ Academy.
Crazy reads by RRQ, and the beginning of that chapter was, you mentioned it, Dax, the space being able to be committed by RRQ, but can't forget about the clutch by Woody again. It is just so calm and collected, really good micro reads in a split second, and Woody felt like there's no confusion at all. I know how this round is going to play out, and I can predict and therefore make the correct decisions and follow up with, you know, the end of that story. Woody, just a very amazing player from the latter ends of Haven, and now showing his stuff again over here at the beginning rounds of Split.
Yeah, and this has been impressive from RRQ Academy from the get-go. A timeout called here, I believe, by Full Sense, and just can't handle all the pressure from RRQ Academy. You have Splash's missiles, you have the paranoia from Czar. You can add on not just one flash from Woody, right? But Nats also can throw out that Arc Rose. There's so much potential for RRQ to make that space.
And that's the thing, right? RRQ's post plan is, I feel like with this combination with your Vice, Teo, it feels like it is much a deadlier combination, I feel, than, you know, your Astra Vice combination. Tejo right now has just so much utility to just really identify and hold the plant down and really stall for time constantly. I feel like that's the effects that we're waiting for. Armageddon, so close now, one orb away for Splash. I'm so curious to see how it's going to get played out here on this round.
Yeah, RRQ Academy, the momentum heavily in their favor. The boom ball also into play, and Killua knows the pressure is piling on from Garage. Full Sense looking for any way to get on the board, and his RRQ Academy just silence the map from now with their intentions. God, look at the ultimates ready here for the attackers. Guiding Light still confirms there's presence towards Garage, sure. But the Steel Guard and the Seekers both ready for any kind of moment. Splash, one away from the argument, as you said. And overall, RRQ just trying to cut that noise, and they're making Full Sense be the ones expending the Seekers early on.
Yeah, with 50 seconds on the clock as well, that's so important. That's not going to be there for retake any longer. But the Spike's still sort of hesitating a little bit. They do have time to play rotate. They need to get a pick to access the site. Oh, timing!
Oh, the timing! But somehow, some way, he still hits the shot on Sephiroth! Oh, the reaction from 6key at the very least to make it a trade. Full Sense find the pick they've been looking for from the shadows right now to bring it towards that A side after Full Sense.
They jumped over
send their talents towards B. Splash also on the lurk now. And Laz will fall. Spike planted. RRQ Academy all stationed on up. Leviathan though, waiting for any kind of help. He's just up above Nats. Eventually they realize the situation, and Nats looks up to get a kill. That should be enough for the round, no? And the Steel Garden slowing things down. Potter and Killua struggling to find any kind of headway to move into. And RRQ, just a streak here, Riku. First half, all 5 rounds going their way.
This is incredible for RRQ Academy. I mean, we get to see a bit of a spread out position, a bit of a default position from the side of RRQ. It all started with, you know, extending for time, who does the first move, who budges, who gets baited with their ults first, and it is Full Sense on that scenario. They peaked off a Garage. RRQ gets rewarded with the early picks and only having 6key as, you know, the sacrifice, the casualty on that round. I do want to point out though, on mid, the tripwire Splash is able to jump over it, having access to the tower, getting a pick off of Laz, caught out of position. So that is definitely something to watch out for. RQ 5-0. lots of guns. We've got Armageddon already ready for this round. I'm looking forward to see how it's going to get utilized.
Yeah, you click the map and then the airstrike comes out of nowhere. We'll find out. This is a pretty tight map to Riku, so perhaps it can get value early on. Speaking of, there you go, airstrike flies! And the vents at least.
Oh no.
Oh no, Leviathan, there's no escape. Just touching the side of it. Doesn't expect the AoV to be that big. Potter also with 5 HP. He got away with the satchels, yes. But you can see the damage done by RRQ already.
Good thing there's a heal. Coming from the side of Killua. Full HP. But that's a stack. They're waiting again, playing for time.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice ult you got there. Yeah. Leviathan's just like, new agent, why like this? Sephiroth, on the other hand, tries to fight back. But the snake bite's not good enough to stall for more. Gets at least one for his trouble. Showstopper also primed. But here we go again with the guided salvo. Killua trying to find any angle to work with. But look at how Splash played it. Perfectly where his reticle's at, that's where he's gonna shoot. Potter now with the pick. Splash though with the 3K here. And Laz all alone. But the utility from RRQ Academy. Oppressive is an understatement here, Riku. There's just no space for Full Sense to work with.
Every single area of the site will be painted red real soon as RRQ has eyes on every angle. They know where he's at.
Oh, ridiculous. And Splash still hitting the shot. 4K for Tejo. Halfway to building up that Armageddon. Already close enough to it at least. Man, RRQ.
Yeah.
This is them looking so pristine here, Riku. Compared to map number 1. Into map number 2, it was scrappy. But here, dominant against a veteran squad like Full Sense. It's just incredible work by them.
Yeah, you're basically seeing this, this team, like we saw Pearl. Okay, they had a bit of a hard time, but now looking at what they're capable of is, there's gonna be it's something to look forward to over here in this competition. This team has a lot to show, and now bringing over Tejo as well, just able to really utilize this as Nats going in very aggressively.
That's opportunity for Full Sense. Nice timing on the double swing into the neural theft. And immediately the pressure is exposed towards that B side. Satchel's here from 6E though, forcing the issue. And Leviathan overrun. Sephiroth though quickly with a trade. Showstopper right now from above. And Potter is waiting for the time to let loose the red rocket's glare. But Sephiroth the one cleaning up the site. Poison Cloud also making tough for Splash to go for the push, but he will do so anyway. Surprise, surprise, Splash! High and low, they both do fall to him. Leads to a 1v1. RRQ trying to salvage around, but Laz is going to come in from the flank.
Remember, it is Woody, the clutch master, for the past few rounds of Haven, and now Split.
Woody, he's been reliable in these scenarios. We've seen it since map number 2. And here, for RRQ, he's in position towards backside, expecting now Laz to come from garage. Cypher though, Laz strafes, and Laz gets it this time around. You can see the elation here for Laz and Full Sense. They get on the board, but that was so testy from both sides.
Oh yeah, it was just too close for comfort. It was a thrifty. It was a definitely much needed period from the streak that RRQ has been building up at the very beginning of this map. Full Sense, that far flank from Laz was so much needed to get control of garage. It boiled down to a 1v1 without much utility at play. It's just that big guessing game. But Splash really made it incredibly competitive with a 3K before he fell. And now he's 2 orbs away from Armageddon.
Incredible effort there from Full Sense with Thrifty. Now it's even better as Splash falls first and foremost. Quick pick, removing those missiles from the rest of the round. And we've seen how effective Full Sense has been in these 5v4s, especially when the first target is Splash. The Trailblazer, scouting out 6-key, using the paint shells at least to buy some space into Heaven. But Potter doesn't want to give up the angle, up in hand. Box now taken. And 6-key's just decapitated just like that. Blink of an eye. RRQ loses the raise. Killua also left unexpected. And Killua, a nasty surprise for 2 of RRQ. It's up to Woody now to try and at least get some damage going. But this is Full Sense looking to command the round. Nice pick by Woody at least. Toxic Serene goes down. So much time though to work with. Swing comes out. And Full Sense get the sink there. A second round for the defense.
This is definitely Full Sense. Sort of trying to figure out, or sort of, I feel like RRQ now like getting a bit over eager on some of these movements, but Full Sense really taking advantage of that. Very clean, just as you said, Dax. They are the type of team, once they get the numbers advantage, they will capitalize on that and make sure that they do that step-by-step process to take advantage. But RRQ, look at them go. Nats buying an operator, an attacking operator for this round. I'm really curious who's going to be the victim of this surprise buy on the ends of RRQ.
Yeah, this is so ambitious from RRQ Academy, but Nats left alone to play into Garage, trying to see if there's any peek on out. Potter though and Leviathan refusing to budge. And well, Potter has to be careful if he decides to push into the entrance here. It's the rest of RRQ Academy getting vents, angling that spike towards a pinch possible. If they can get that heaven control. Trailblazer also spots out. Splash there. Still consideration. Danger here for Leviathan though, and Nats. That's a big opener here. Causing chaos now versus Full Sense. The flash comes on into to keep Potter guessing. Does he know that Nats is already repositioned to the center of that garage angle? Suppress onto Killua because of the drone. RRQ Academy hustling their way in, and there you have it. Nats! That's hacking up, working out well. Nats is nasty with it! Just no doubting this man right now, as RRQ have gotten B because of it.
No way, 3 in a row. Could be a cheeky kill, but the damage is already done. Let's see how they play this out.
Sun comes out. Splash though falls. Laz handling the pressure well. A 3v2 still here, and Nats has been nutty on the shots. Operator in this situation though wouldn't be the best. Laz trying to inch his way in. Nats with the 4K. Woody will finish it. And the attacking op gets success. Unbelievable win there for RRQ.
I feel like RRQ Academy has just fully read Full Sense at this point. Every single time after the 1 minute mark, around 50 seconds, someone from Full Sense is gonna push Garage just to see and take the 1v1 to scout or try to flank or get the orb. It usually feels like that has been happening for, in succession. So that's most likely where the decision to get that operator by, and it was really fully rewarded. Steel Garden, just 1 away, and that's gonna be crucial to take this 8-2.
Also, watch out, Armageddon at the ready. Splash, does he use it early on, though? That's a big question. Boombot sent here by Sixky. Gets the intel that Heaven is taken. Double stack here from Full Sense. Potential crossfire even. Topside, though. On the outside here for Potter. Cross from RRQ. Way too close for comfort. But Sixky survives to tell the tale. Not this time, though, as Potter hears him coming. A pick for Full Sense and a good beginning, as that's a race gone, and it might mean RRQ Academy needs to expend an ultimate just to play the entry.
There it is again, the push at the 60-second mark on Garage. It has been a pattern that they've noticed, and they won't stop. But this could be tricky though. If Sephiroth is able to play an off angle here and they do not check, that could be a play that they're awaiting. But it is an angle from mid to tower. They gotta clear that player first. They're gonna get spotted though.
Yeah, Seeker's out. And you counter the salad with one of your own. The mean greens look for targets. Paranoia does get the connection. Woody slowed down too.
30 seconds left.
While RRQ make their way into B. It is quite perilous, Riku. You said a while ago, the garage push is one to watch out for. A pinch very possible from Full Sense now. Spike planted. Drone here. Broken. Can't find the suppress at all. Zar and Splash get on the board though. Potter responds to make it 3v3. There's Boombot sent. It's Sephiroth now, the one to watch out for. He's made his win in, but Nat's still nutty with the operator. Steel Garden out, and he's looking for the rifle. Pistol out 1 for 1. Potter all the way in the rear, still has the rifle in hand. Nats at least isolates the fight. It's 1v1 here. The crawl up by Nats. Surprise, surprise! Nats has done it again. A clutch one more time for RRQ Academy, but back-to-back impact for Nats.
It feels like they've had everything planned out from even how they want to control the ending. We really thought that Full Sends had a proper pinch. They pushed Garage, they were in Alley, and they had this sandwich encounter. But Full Sends, or sorry, RRQ, Nats with that Steel Garden, with a lot of these, isolated fights as well to create this big 1v1, having to plant it not on default, but the opposite side of the box to get more access from Heaven, and everything just fell through. I really thought Full Send was able to take it 3-8, 3-7, but no, RRQ Academy, every situation, it felt like they were prepared. They didn't even need to use that Armageddon on that round. It was just Nats really playing it so smartly and so ready for that possible sandwich.
Yeah, and they had such quick picks, right?
Yep.
As soon as the spike went down, they were the ones who got 2 out of nowhere, ready for both Garage as well as Alley. Not staying on Heaven, having a good angle onto the site,
Yep.
and a Steel Garden too for good measure.
Yep.
Just RRQ so oppressive with the abilities that they have, sure. But Nats has really stepped up down. We talked about him a while ago. Effectively, your most veteran player. Can see started very young, actually, with his Valorant career. See him from NXL and a long-time mainstay of the Indonesian scene. But he's really woken up here in this map. And ever since he picked up that attacking operator, we are just a witness to the miracle that is this Vice.
Oh yeah, like at this point,
Yeah.
if you've got Clove, the attacking controller, I feel like Vice can be that attacking sentinel. So we head on over to a bit of a tech pause here, but RRQ Academy, they've got surplus of ultimates being carried over. They even got the operator as well. Again, RRQ, this is beautiful to watch. This is great coming. This is a good showing for their first day at the group stage.
Yeah, it's such a big change.
Yep.
With what happened in map number 1.
Yeah.
The story has really flipped on its head here, Riku. And quick little tactic pause. Hopefully everything is fine and dandy. But Full Sense, they need to find the rally in them, especially coming into the attack, right? You look at, they have this double control. But what can you do with those smokes if you can't play off it anyway? You're being flushed out by the Vice, by the Sky, by the Omen Paranoia. And then you add the missiles and the paint shells.
Yeah.
Everyone on RRQ has a form of dislodgement. Everyone from RRQ has a form of area denial. And Full Sense just can't anchor the way they want to just because of those utility.
Exactly. If there's any, like, I feel like usually we get to see ultimates being layered together, but with the addition of Teho, it feels like it's now a layer of utility constantly. Usually you get to see that in certain conditions or certain agents combined together. Well, I don't know, maybe like the Fade or like with the Rays. But this time, Teho feels like he can mesh well with any other initiator. Especially, I feel like with the Sky, with there's so many things flying across the map for additional clear, but not only additional clear or displacement, but also to try and ensure a kill for your team.
I just like the fact that I at least run a duelist on it, okay? I saw a no duelist comp a while ago with it. And yeah, it didn't really pan out too well. Here we go though, Killua catching out 6key again. 6key has been very ambitious to try and take Heaven away from Full Sense. But Full Sense has been prepped for it for quite a while. First pick though, hasn't been good enough here for the defense. Nats watching out for mid, breaks the Trailblazer, swing out from Potter. Cover here though into Ramen. And Czar instead getting the catch. Laz, maybe a chance here to find the pick anyway. But the Guiding Light will deny it. Utility medley. It's a big soup on the site. And Splash even with the suppress now. That's a big suppress. The Cypher utility is going to be offline for the time being. Woody now. Nasty with a double. And it's Laz here staying alive for now. Zardo wants the push to happen. It's Killua instead in the panic getting the catch. Woody though, the ace comes his way! And the mow down by the Sky. It's a showdown that RRQ wins again.
These scrappy fights that RRQ Academy just relishes in these moments, and we get to see Woody again. We just saw him use his seekers already, and then now he's almost back online with it. Crazy stuff. And all of these utilities forcing Full Sense into awkward positions, give up the high ground. I want to have a better angle, try to push the operator, and you get to see Woody circle back onto Pillar, get that peek, take advantage amongst of the chaos. And they just relish in these moments. RRQ, I love watching them right now.
Interesting. From the shadows?
Yeah?
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Quite curious.
Got curious. But hey, they're winning anyway, and they have a big gap to work with here, Riku. 6K, yet again. A push now. He's gone. Potter victimizes him with a showstopper, but Zar quickly making the trade happen. And RRQ, they want to make the push into A. Ramps also available for their taking, actually. So Heaven, possibly something to vie for, but still. Sephiroth around on the other side of Vents. Height now taken here by Splash and the rest, who's been holding on to the Armageddon for quite a while, actually. Might be able to use it here and now. Setting things up with the radar. Zar pushed in. Leviathan's gone. In the blink of an eye. Full Sense lose their backline support, and you hear the Armageddon onto the side, but Killua and Sephiroth do win their battles. Splash here from up top. Killua still sticking around the corner. A drop down from Splash. He chases his opposition, and it's 1v1, but his position is exposed. Laz knows exactly what he's doing for now. And with 20 seconds, Splash needs a big reaction. Laz, though, playing it wise. Into main he goes. Spike planted. Splash still doesn't know where's his opponent's gonna come from. Laz, though, spotted! And Laz is mowed down! Splash still sings the clutch here for RRQ! And look at this half, Riku, it's 10-2. 10-2, commanding first half from RRQ. Stringing along some streaks. Full Sense. It's a long uphill climb if they want to rally back into this one. And speaking of the climb, Potter ascending now to Heaven and dropping down into Vent here for Full Sense. They want to challenge and start the Prime with Paranoia. Nearsighted though, it's still a close angle for Full Sense to work with. 3 picks for the offense. Woody though, at least trying to hold things down towards B. Heaven got a pick, backs away down to Hell. But it's danger for Woody. All sides across the map. There could be a flank. Sephiroth waiting for the rest of the team to come his way. And Woody, he might not see this coming. It's not just one, but 4 people peeking at him. There's the pick. And Full Sense see the red carpet roll towards B.
Nicely done here for the side of Full Sense. It has been 3 pistols in a row from the side from Haven that they could not deliver a round win. So this is a good sign on the second half.
A good start.
Yep.
Laz with 3K. Third pistol. Well, it is a third pistol, but third round win also.
Yep.
For Full Sense here. And you can see that they were in such a good position in that last fight, Rico, right?
Yeah.
Zar throws out the Paranoia, but Full Sense have already cleared close enough to just not be dissuaded by it.
Yeah, they were ready for the stack. They were pretty much on towards that garage. Damage already done. And that was quite the swift pistol round to start with here on the second half. Let's take a look though. Full Sense. 3 Guardians. Might be another B with this Viper wall smoke over here being situated at.
Yeah. And all the defense. You think about the utility RRQ Academy has a while ago it was to prevent Full Sense from capitalizing on their smokes. This time around, it's more so for the stall, but how do they synergize compared to that last half? Killua leading the push over onto mid. The smoke comes out. Middle control here for 6K. And while Full Sense look to play into A, they're pinging it heavily. You have the Omen, you have the Vice. Both prep, but not as much utility as you'd like here for Nats and Zar.
Yeah. It's quite curious. They have to wait for certain reactions before anything else. Is a lot of the Sheriffs being bought? Now they've spotted.
It's an eco anyway.
Yep.
Oh, range shells come out. Zardo! Nice shot onto Laz. And at least RRQ stopping the tide early on. Time now becoming a factor here for Full Sense. And Splash also waking on up.
30 seconds.
RRQ possibility. The satchel into Nats and 6K! Just catching them both out! RRQ Academy! How did they get away with that one? And that's thrifty for them. They just steal that one away.
The synergy. It's absolutely crazy. The first pick onto Laz having to cross ramps. They find the pick. And then the sandwich over onto tower, onto heaven was kind of crazy with the satchel being used amongst the chaos, and that's basically following it up. It's really nice and quick decision making from RRQ. Now they're rewarded for it because they have this big buy into a possible match point here, and full sense only have this one hero rifle onto Laz.
Yeah, that could have been the death sentence there, Riku. The eco suddenly shifts in favor of RRQ Academy. The sheer pop. Potter has it back all the way. The Arcro is also shattered now, at least, to make that cooldown a lot longer. As the wall drops, Nats has already transferred himself towards B heaven. Thorns also to go for the stall. Guiding Light gets the gong going, so Sephiroth is exposed. Full sense. They're struggling to find any headway. Their position's marked well by RRQ Academy. They do get this heaven control though. Nat still trying to prime in the front line. And there's the first, there's the second. The Guardian taps are looking good, and Nats and the rest will finish off the job. RRQ Academy. What a string of rounds we've seen from them. It's series point for the Academy squad.
This is absolutely impressive by RRQ Academy. We talked about, you know, usually when you get that early lead on the first half, you want to surely try and maintain that. And because we've seen a lot of, especially split, we've seen a lot of, split performances where first half great, second half other team catches up, and it just becomes dicey. But this is entirely different. Full control for RRQ Academy. They are full on confidence right now. They want to end it here in this round.
Yeah, and Sixky wants to swing. Woody's letting him. He's gonna pop the flash. Sixky, sharp! But Potter sees the lineup. And it's now Splash getting booped out in the open, but still shrugs it off and gets the kill anyway. RRQ Academy, they were a mystery coming into this series here, Riku. And now we know their name. They're 2 kills away from finishing it off. Laz and Sephiroth. They need to find a clutch in them just to keep Full Sense alive, to keep the Thai team in the running in this series. But Nat spots Laz. Low HP already for the Cypher. Sephiroth also swinging alongside him, but Nats respects it. RRQ Academy, give up heaven for now. The smoke comes on out, and Splash even has another plan. A flank possible. There's presence from the stairs. And Czar, he knows his paranoia could be decisive. There you go! Nats swings the hammer down, and RRQ Academy